tag, 2021 vinyl blues tag sponsored by the Chris the Blues Guy Vinyl. Good stuff. I have everything listed right here. I have my Blues Brother House of Blues coffee mug. I have a Buddy Guy t-shirt. This is actually on backwards, but it's for Chris. And since Chris, who is my VC nephew, Buddy Guy's his favorite man, I thought I'll just pop that on backwards just to have it. So Chris, I'm wearing clothing backwards just for you. Really good. I wasn't sure about doing this one just because I lost so much blues, but I was surprised how much blues I brought back into my collection. Some of it because of people like you, others just I've been buying, I've been finding it. So let's do this thing. We got a nice group of records here. The very first one, Zap, Electric Blues album. I'm going to go with this one. Tinarwan. They're out of the Sahara Desert region. They play Terang music. It is very blues oriented, and it's really electric. It's some of the best sounding stuff out there, but you can see and feel the blues within there. You know, so much of African music, you have the funk, the rock, the Hendrix, the James Brown, Sly Stone, all those influences, the high life music. But in the Sahara, it became more blues oriented. And that's the feel you get from it. And so this group, Tinarwan, is just an incredibly good group with a lot of great albums that definitely blues oriented. The next one, an acoustic album. And here we have Today Thiam. I got this from Julius Jabbar is his channel, and he recently sent this to me as some VCLT. Again, he's out of Somalia, so we have the Sahara region again. More blues oriented and does a lot of just acoustic picking. This is just an absolutely beautiful album, but it just again shows, you know, there's more to the blues than Chicago and Memphis and, you know, the different places down south. It's a worldwide thing, and this is a great example of acoustic blues done African style. Today Thiam, which I'm probably saying that, of course, wrong. A live blues album. Well, who doesn't do live blues better than Clifton Chenier? Okay, it's Zydeco. Where'd Zydeco come from? It's, again, a product of the blues. Blues is a large part of the Zydeco music. They just took the blues and they mashed it up with more funk and soul, and they came with Zydeco, but it's built upon the blues. You know, out of the Houston area where Lightning Hopkins was running around. In fact, Clifton Chenier and Lightning Hopkins helped him get a contract. So this man is the king of Zydeco. Notice he does have a crown. And just wonderful live blues. This is uplifting, it's fast, it's fun, it makes you want to tap your toes and dance. But it's another version of the blues coming from you live from Louisiana. Next one, Show a Gatefold double album. Is that, another live album. I won't go through the whole thing. This is the Ann Arbor Blues Festival box set. This is all live. It's a 4-album set filled with goodies. It came out of Third Man Records. It is definitely a great live album. So that was a good one. Okay, next was Show a Gatefold, or a double album. I could have done the double. I'll just do the gatefold. Let's do some Muddy Waters. Get back to kind of traditional blues, right? That looks like a gatefold to me. I mean, Muddy, everyone loves him. Makes great music. Kind of one of the kings of the blues. And, you know, when we think blues, who do we think of? You know, of quite often. You got your B.B. King, you got your Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. Those are the guys that just come screaming out of the gate, Buddy Guy. So you have to have Muddy Waters. Then your oldest album by year or how long you've had it. Well, regretfully, everything kind of disappeared. So, but one of the very first blues albums I purchased, probably his first one I purchased, was Howlin' Wolf's Rockin' Chair, and the original one I purchased was an early 80s pressing, and I bought it in Des Moines, Iowa. Me and a friend went down to a records show, and I was getting into the blues, and my friend was too, and so I saw this down there and picked it up, and just kind of blew me away. It was just so darn good, and really enjoyed what I was hearing. So one of probably my very first blues album that I purchased back, it'd probably be about the mid 80s is when I found this at the Des Moines Records Show. I was living in Waterloo, Iowa. So great stuff. That's my wife. She says hi. Okay, then we have your oldest album. That's fine. It's a show. She's trying to chase the cat out, but it is his show. Okay, that's my oldest. Show your newest one. So this one I just recently bought. We're going back to the Sahara. Okay, Madhu Makhtar. It's really scorching guitar, but there's the blues in there. You can feel the blues feel to this music, and this is an incredibly wonderful album. It is a gatefold too, by the way, so we could have used that as the gatefold. This has been my favorite album of this year, and for good reason. It's scorching, but blues feel. So Madhu Makhtar, again, out of the Sahara region in Africa. Then show us a Blues 45. So there was Chris, BluesGuy Vinyl. He held an auction for me to raise some money, and he was selling off some of his blues stuff. Well, Randy from it's called Freaks and Geeks now. Is it Dead Wax 66? I don't know, Randy, what are you back to? But he bought a bunch of stuff from Chris, and then he sent it to me also. And one of them was this Elmore James 45 here. So on this side we have Standing at the Crossroads, and then we have Sunnyland. Elmore James is hi Cat, is my favorite blues man. Between him and Hound Dog Taylor, I just love their style and the way they are. Kind of the fuzz and distortion of the guitar are really favorites. And yeah, we're going to, Cat wanted to come in, Chris, to see you, because I said I was doing a video about you. He just got all excited like cats really do. So that, back to Elmore James. Chris also sent me some Elmore James albums, knowing that this was my favorite, but that's my 45. A 10-inch, don't have a 10-inch. I can't see myself getting a 10-inch. Just not going to be it. I don't need it. All right, record labels. So now we're going to show some record labels. Show a Chess record label. This is from Howlin' Wolf Evil. This was a 60s repress of that. And there you go. You can see the Chess label right there. Show a Delmark record label. This is from Fast Fingers Jimmy Dawkins. And it's on. Down Delmark. I should have maybe pulled these out. There we go. Delmark. Then show something from Alligator. Now the obvious choice would probably be show Hound Dog Taylor, because Alligator Records was formed just for Hound Dog Taylor to give him a recording contract. But let's go with the queen of the blues, Big Coco Taylor, and Alligator record. You even got an Alligator card there you can send in. Just Absolutely. What an outstanding voice. She's one of my favorite female singers. Her and Big Mama Thornton could just belt tunes. Love her stuff. And so, great stuff on Alligator Records. Show an independent label. I said Big Mama Thornton. I lost the cover, but there is, or smaller, there's our Hooley, which makes just great music. And you can find like Cajun, Zydeco, blues, just a variety of more of the roots type music are on our Hooley labels. And Big Mama Thornton and her Chicago Blues Band. What an incredibly good album, again, from a favorite female singer. But another one that is out there that does a lot of the roots music, so you'll find blues, is Rounder. This is Rockin' Dupsy, sorry, and it's, I know it looks like, it just looks like a white thing, but yeah, the vinyl was one that at a very early, I wanted this album so bad because there's a Rolling Stone record guide. It just said this is a great album. It took me a number of years to find it, but I got it. Now I need a cover again, but Rockin' Dupsy. Okay, moving on. A blues album in a regional style, city area. Let's go to San Francisco. We have Queen Ida. So now she's Queen of Zydeco. Out of San Francisco, she'd moved there, and she changed up her music. Some her Zydeco music, it does have a little more, I would say, pop oriented to it, but still there's the blues are involved within the music that she does. I mean, there's country in there, there's the soul, the funk, the blues, but it's all based upon the blues. So Queen Ida, definitely out of San Francisco, very much regional. We go to show a psych blues album. Papa's Blues. You want psyche blues, hard drive and searing guitars, Papa's Blues, man. This stuff's good. I now have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not originals because I don't make $1 million a year, but if I did, I would get the originals. Always fun artwork, but he really get blues influence out of Argentina though, so different, but it's blistering guitar. If you love guitar, you don't go wrong with Papa's Blues. Then we went into British blues. I just showed a Blodwyn Pig with an album cover. I don't know where I filed it. I mean, it's BL, right? BLO. My Blodwyn Pig that I just bought disappeared, but this is the first Blodwyn Pig that I had. You can see it right there. Mick Abramson did it. Mick Abramson was the guitarist on the very first Jethro Tull album. This was, which is also British blues. Blodwyn Pig, but yeah, Abramson, he was a disciple of the blues, like Peter Green, and so he didn't want to keep going with Jethro Tull. He didn't like the direction, so he had Blodwyn Pig, and this is just a great example. This one has a big pig on the cover of what British blues is all about, and the name of the album was A Head Rings Out. I can't figure out where I filed the other one. Man, I was tearing the thing up and go, where? So, oh well. Okay, show the king of the blues. Kings in their name. What? Oh, I didn't put kings in it. Well, that would be like B.B. King, there's all kinds of Albert King, but I just put the king. We're showing Clifton Chenier again. You saw the one, he had a crown, right? That was a king's crown. He was considered the king of Zydeco music, the undisputed king. And when he died, everyone wanted to take the crown, but it was given to no one. Clifton Chenier is the king. Long live the king. Everyone else became princes and dukes or whatever else. The title was important. but nobody became the king because that belonged to Clifton Chenier. And I think he died in 87, so he is the king of Zydeco, which is bluesy. Then, an album of delicious color. Well, we're going back to another wiped out album. I saw Buddy Guy live at his place. Here it is. This is the t-shirt I got from there. He autographed all my albums. He was there that night. Isn't that beautiful? Obviously, most of the autographs are no longer, didn't survive, but I saved the vinyl because it was important, because that was a cool night. I was staying across the street from here. I went over there, and there was Buddy playing. So this is a live album from Buddy Guy. How about A Friend Had the Blues and You Caught It Too? That was a little harder, but actually R.L. Burns, I'm going to show this. It wasn't so much a friend, but it was on the Sopranos TV show, if you remember that. I believe it was season 1. And there was a song on there, It's Bad, You Know. And it was just raw blues. So I checked into it. And well, I got a Sopranos a soundtrack. And there was R.L. Burnside. And so I bought this album. And I bought all kinds of others, R.L. Burnside. And so after the flood, I rebought a few of them because they're really inexpensive. But this one here, and this is called Come On In. It has that song, It's Bad, You Know, and just incredibly stripped down blues from a guy that had a juke joint, didn't travel, didn't want to go around doing concerts, just liked his juke joint where he was at. So, but he got recorded, and there was some great stuff down south from a few of these guys. So R.L. Burnside. Then we got Blues Discovery, first blues album you remember. Blues Discovery. Okay. And so this would be another Frank Frost. I did not know about Frank Frost. It's on the Earwig label, which is kind of a different label too. That would be a small one. But this was, I just saw it sitting on the wall and I thought, I wonder what that's about. And I paid $30, it looks like, for it. And so I picked it up and really liked it. This guy plays the harmonica really good. Just beautiful stuff. So fun find. And the final one, and this is what's been playing in the background, the first blues album you remember getting. And I got this. Actually, I was living in Chicago or in the suburbs in the early 80s. And I would always go to the library and take out their albums and tape them, put them on cassette tape so I could have the music. I didn't have the money for all of it. And I brought home Chicago Blues Today, Volume 1. It's the first blues I've ever listened to except for the Blues Brothers. And it was amazing. It was life-changing. It got me into the blues. This is the most influential blues album for me. And so, I taped the other two, and for many years I couldn't find them on LP. Then I did find them on LP. I found them on CD, a 3 CD box set. Lost them all, and now they came out on Record Store Day with this, and this was the most important find that I had on Record Store Day. It's put out by Vanguard. I mean, you have Jimmy Cotton, Junior Wells, Otis Rush, Johnny Shines, Johnny Young, Southside Blues Band, Big Walter Horton's Blues Heart, Homesick James and his Dusters, Otis Spann, J.B. Huddle. What a lineup on great Chicago blues. This is what started it for me. So that's it. That's my blues tag. Hope you liked it. That was a lot. I really thought I could do this in 10 minutes. Obviously, I can't. But Chris, thanks for coming up with those questions. You've been a great nephew. I really appreciate it. And everyone else, hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great week. Bye.